Namaste everybody. Welcome to the sixth video in the overall series and introduction to Sanatana Dharma. This is a little different. We have been doing a sub-series on books and prophets. Just to break the monotony a bit, I thought I'll do small thing every now and then. I'll pick up a shloka or a song and try to explain or touch upon certain concepts of Hinduism through that particular composition. So this is the first video in another sub-series, which I have very grandly named Naadopaasana. Naadopaasana is a very fancy term, which actually means worship of God in the form of sound in a very crude way. Anyway, so as part of the first in the sub-series of Naadopaasana, I wanted to pick up two very well-known shlokas about Vinayaka, Ganapati, the remover of obstacles. After this video, we will resume our earlier sub-series on books and prophets. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Sheshevarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Agaja Anana Padmarkam Gajananamaharnisham Anekadam tam bhaktanam ekadanthamupasmahe ekadanthamupasmahe. Now, let's get to one or couple of meanings of certain words that have been used in these two shlokas, by no means definitive or exhaustive, some of the meanings. So the first one, Shukla Ambaradharam Vishnum Seshivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighna Upashantaye Agaja Anana Padmarkam Gajananam Aharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe. These are the two shlokas. The first one, Shukla Ambaradharam. Shukla Ambaradharam, white garment wearing. He who is wearing a white garment. Now, Shashivarnam basically means the who has the hue of the moon. There are multiple depictions of Ganapati. This is one of those depictions. A couple of places is depicted as being red in color. God, he can be of any color of his choosing. This is one example. In Hinduism, especially, white is the color of light, obviously, or knowledge, wisdom, in the sense divine knowledge, not just GK. So white is an indicator of knowledge. We can possibly take that meaning as one meaning here. So Shukla Ambaradharam Vishnu. Now the word Vishnu here can mean two things. The word Vishnu itself means he who pervades everything, who is present everywhere. That is one meaning. So Vinayaka as God, as Parabrahma, is present everywhere. That is one meaning. There is a Puranic story where once Vishnu bows to Shiva and Parvati, the parents of the world. So when he sees Jagannatha Parvati, he gets a thought that how I wish I were born as her son, as her offspring. She obviously understands that. She does an upasana and obtains Vishnu as her son. That way, Ganapati. So there is a Puranic story where Vishnu is born as Ganesha. So we can take either or in fact both meanings here. Vishnu, Shashivarnam, the hue of a moon, Chaturbhujam, four arms. Now, Vinayaka is said to be an embodiment of the Omkara. Now, probably all of us have heard that Om is made up of A, U, Ma, A, U, O, M, M, A, U, Ma. Okay. Now, there is a fourth component of the Omkara which is not heard, which cannot be uttered. You can call this the Turiya Shabda or the Nada. Okay. So, A, U, Ma, Nada. So, there are four components of the Omkara, very broadly speaking. So, on top of that, there are the four Vedas and there are four goals of life: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Chaturbhuja is actually can be taken as an indication of somebody who has all of these under his control. Chaturbhujam. Prasannavadanam dhyayet. So we meditate upon that pleasant visage. Prashanta can be taken as calmness actually. Extremely calm, assuring face is what Ganapati is said to have. Sarva Vigna Upashantaye. Why are we doing this? Why are we meditating upon Ganapati? Sarva Vigna Upashantaye. Vigna obviously means obstacle. Vigna can also mean Maya. Maya obviously we'll try to touch upon in a different video in a little more depth. But everybody has, I'm assuming most, if not all of you have heard of the general concept of Maya. One meaning of the word Vigna is can be taken as Maya because that is an obstacle to knowledge or to divine knowledge. So in a spiritual sense, it is an obstacle. So the here Vigna can mean obstacle in the material world. I want to get something in life, which is assuming that it is uh, something which is good. So it could be an obstacle in the material world. It could be an obstacle in the spiritual plane. Sarva Vigna basically means all obstacles, amelioration for of those obstacles. Upashanti, amelioration of those, or removal of those obstacles. That is what the first shloka means. Now, coming to the second one, in Hinduism, the lotus is a very common motif. You'll find it in multiple places in multiple ways, and arms, palms, feet, face, especially of deities, are compared to lotuses in multiple places by multiple devotees, upasakas, so on and so forth. Now, here, it the first two words sound a little similar. Agajanana Padmarkam, Gajananam, Agajananam, Agajanana, Gajanana. Okay. That's you can say the beauty of poetry that's available here. The meaning though is radically different. Aga basically means something which cannot move or something which cannot go, which is a mountain. Be careful. Sanskrit uh, is a language where small changes can change the meaning of the word completely. It is not agha. So there is agha sura in the Bhagavata. Agha basically means sin. Aga basically means that which cannot move. Agaja, born of a mountain. Parvataraja Putri Parvati. Agaja Anana, face. Padma Arkam. The lotus is said to bloom only when the sun is present. So Vinayaka is said to be the sun that causes the lotus, that is his mother's face, to bloom with happiness, with joy. Agajanana Patmarkam. Gajananam. Obviously, he has the face or the head of an elephant. Uh, Aharnisham is ceaselessly day and night. Aneka Tam. It is actually not Aneka Dantam. Some people read it as Aneka Dantam. It is Aneka Dam Tam Bhaktanam. Basically, what he means is, what the shloka means is, Vinayaka bestows a lot of gifts upon his bhaktas, followers, devotees. Now, the word tam here is interesting. In Hinduism, the word tat uh, is a neuter gender word, not masculine, not feminine. Tat is used to refer to God in the sense of God being indescribable. So that there is no description. It is simply that tat tvam asi om tat sat. So that tats in the Gayatri mantra. So tam is the Pumlinga version of that. So you are referring to Vinayaka as Parabrahma there. Tat tam. Anekadam tam bhaktanam ekadantam upasmahe. Single tusk I worship, or we worship him. Let us worship him. Now, one or two other meanings here. Ekadantam. Now, all of us, I'm assuming, would have heard of this concept of Ardhanarishwara. Shiva and Parvati merged into one form, which basically explains the concept of the balance between the male and female forces, which actually give birth to the entire universe. Obviously, he is their child. Now, there is one story where he is said to have broken one tusk, I think, to kill a Rakshasa, or to kill an Asura. Now, there is one more level of meaning here. The side of the face which has no tusk, with the broken tusk, is said to be the feminine side, and the side of the face with the tusk is said to be that of a male elephant or the masculine side. So that way, Ganapati, I'm sorry, embodies the Ardhanarishwara concept that is given to us by his parents also. That way, Gajanana Padmarkam, Gajananam Harnisham, Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmehe. These are the two shlokas. Like this, we will be taking up a few more shlokas and songs in the future under the subsection called Naadopaasana. This is the first in that. From the next video onwards, we will revert to the earlier series on our books and prophets. Thank you for watching this video. Namaste.